My name is Jake Sung-guk Sullivan, and I am the director of The Name Jar at Stages Theater Company and Theater Move.
Hi there, I'm Gianna from Family Fun Twin Cities, and this is the Let's Go Do Fun Stuff show. If there's one thing I know, it's this. The theater scene in the Twin Cities is out of this world. And not only the grown-up theater scene, but also the kids' theater scene. Today, we are introducing you to Theater Moo. Theater Moo's vision is to celebrate and empower Asian Americans through theater. They produce shows for adults and for kids. My special friend, Miss Elouise, and I got to sit down with the Name Jar's director, Jake Sung-guk Sullivan, and learn about Theater Moo's collaboration with Stages Theater in their adaptation of the picture book, The Name Jar. Just a note, the audio wasn't working great, so we did our best to make it hearable, and I think you still will enjoy the interview.
What was your favorite part of the story, and why did you like it?
One of my favorite parts of the story is getting to work on a Korean American story. My dad is a Korean immigrant, and so it's important to me to be able to do direct stories that reflect my culture as well. And so when I learned that Name Jar was being done at Theater Movie Stages, I was really excited about that and getting to bring part of my culture into the work I do.
How did you feel the first thing you read the story?
Yeah, I think it's a very important story. The way she feels about the other kids not being able to pronounce her name, it affects her a lot, and she feels sad about that. And I think that's a feeling a lot of people have, not just the Korean Americans or Asian American folks, but a lot of people. If you can't pronounce your name, that affects you. And so being able to tell a story that's fun and energetic, but also has an important message like that, it was really exciting.
What inspired you to turn the story into a play?
So the story was adapted by Susan Park, who is a playwright, and then this is the world premiere of it. So I'm very excited to be able to work on a show that has never been fully staged before. This is the first time audiences are going to get to see it.
Do you know the meaning of your name?
Of my name? So my parents, my name is Jake, had a hard time deciding on my name, and so my name was a compromise. Do you know the meaning of your name?
Strong or famous warrior?
Ooh, that's really cool.
What's a tip you have for an audience member who's coming to see the play?
For an audience member coming to see the play, that's a good question. I would say, come into it ready to laugh and ready to learn a little bit. They're going to get to learn some Korean in the show and be ready to interact, because if you come see the show, the actors might talk to you at some points during the show. They might ask you some questions. They might ask you what your favorite food is. So be ready for the actors to talk to you a little bit and interact with you. You might even get to sing a little.
Is there any challenge for you with the story?
Challenges with the story. I don't think challenge means necessarily is a bad thing, but a challenge we've had is that this is a wonderful big cast, and there's a lot of Korean elements in the show, like names, words. There's a whole scene that's just spoken in Korean. And so getting to have the actors learn about those things, and then the audience gets to learn about those things. It's a challenge, but one we're really excited about.
Do you ever feel that way? Like if somebody can't say your name? Because your name is kind of different for people your age.
Especially how to spell it.
Oh yeah, I got it wrong the first time. Does that make you feel like they don't know you? Yeah. My name is Gianna, and it's very important to me that people know it's Gianna and not Gianna. But they don't know me if they don't know how to say my name, right? And so this story is a lot like about that, right? So he gets to take this story and he gets to make people feel like she felt. How did that go? You have like lots of kids in your book, or in your book, right?
Yes.
It's in the book too.
Yeah, there's a big cast. Just like in the book, there's that whole classroom of students, and they feel bad too when they can't pronounce Unae's name, and they want to help out. So when they create the name jar, it's not a mean thing, but they want to help out and they want to connect. And so the audience kind of gets to go along on the ride. They both get to see things through Unae's eyes, and through the other students. And everyone has important names. There's other students in the class. There's Rosa and Amari and Ralph, and they all have got names, and they talk about the meanings of their names, just like you talked about the meaning of your name in the show.
Okay, so what did you like about the story? Did you like the characters? Did you like how it got resolved at the
I
end?
liked all the characters.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is Joey.
Joey,
Yeah. He's a good friend.
he's a good friend. What's the main character's name? How do you say it? Yunhai?
Unhei.
Yunhei.
Unhei, yeah.
But like there was Cookin' Nanta at Children's Theater. Did you hear about that show? Oh,
yeah, that was a great
Did
show.
you go see it? Oh, it smelled so good.
Well, with like that, we also are making some food on stage in this show. There's a scene where they're at home and
Making like kimchi and
exactly, you remember right? Yeah, kimchi, and they're making mandu on stage, little dumplings that they have to fold and scoop meat into.
In every show they
My
have.
mom and dad really like kimchi.
Yeah, do you like kimchi?
Well, I never really tried it.
Never really tried it. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. But they get to make food on stage. And some they actually eat on stage. There's some special candies they eat in another scene. There's a lot of food in this show too.
How many kids are in the play, and how big is the age range?
Age range is pretty big. We have some 5th graders in the show. We have some high school students in the show. They're all playing these 1st graders in this class together.
Are you a 1st grader or are you a 2nd grader?
Second.
That's about yeah.
Oh, so this plays pretty close to your age then. Nice. But they get to come together, and these older students and younger students get to play and create this story together. Last night we were blocking some scene transitions, and they were having fun and coming up with ideas to help each other out. So it's really cool to build a community together like that, where older students, younger students get to learn together.
How many kids are in there? Like how many kids are in the class?
Let's see.
On stage.
On stage, we have Funhe, and then the students. Let's see, there's 8 more students.
Okay.
So there's 8 students in the class.
And you work at Breck School.
Yes,
What do you do full time?
I am the theater teacher at Breck School, and I teach grades 5 through 12, so also 5th grade through high school.
Perfect.
So I get to work with a lot of grades and teach about how to be big on stage and about different parts of theater and how to get involved and use your creativity.
And you grew up here in the Twin Cities?
I did. Excuse me. I grew up just north of Twin Cities in Anoka, so north and west of Minneapolis.
You were in a tornado. What were you?
Tornado.
A tornado?
Yeah, Anoka
they're
tornadoes.
They're the tornadoes.
Our mascot was a tornado.
So he grew up in Anoka. What was it like for you to grow up part Korean in Anoka? Or it could be anywhere in Minnesota that doesn't have a lot of diversity.
There wasn't a lot of other Asian folks around. I had a couple other Asian friends, but we never really acknowledged that we were all Asian. We had different. You had a Vietnamese friend, had a Filipino friend, and we never really talked about that because so many people around there did also acknowledge it. And so while I had culture and traditions and special foods at home, it's not something that really got brought out. And that's why I love Theater Moo a lot. Because when I started doing shows with Theater Moo, I started acting the show Flower Drum Song in 2017, I think.
That must mean I was 1 year old.
1 year old? Whoa!
Born in 2016.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, that was the first show I got to do here and the first show I ever got to do with other Asian American people. And that meant a lot to me. Just like, hey, she has to learn to be strong in her identity and stand up for her name. It was something that got to be special for me and bring that part of my culture that I've never really brought out other ways, bring it to my work as a director for theater. And since then, I've really enjoyed, I teach classes with Theater Moo in the summer and sometimes in the year, and getting to work with young adults, especially Asian American young adults who get to come together. That's something that's really special for me. And you know what? In theater, you need all types of artists because performing on stage is a type of art. But in the book, let's see, there's an illustration I really like in the book. And it's this scene on the street. Because plays need a set on stage. We have an amazing set designer who is using bright colors like the books, and our costume designer is too. And it has to create a world like this on stage. And so we need people who are visual artists to do theater because they have to create the whole world that's on stage.
I also really like Yoon-hee, that when she realized her name actually means grace.
Yeah, good remembering on that. Names are important. There's a new character that's not in the book, in the play, named Amari, who's Une's friend. And he talks about how his name means strong, and he had to kind of do the same journey she did, in that other kids were teasing him about his name. And he had to realize the meaning of the name to make sure he felt strong in his name.
Kind of like Joey?
Yeah, like Joey. I think he's kind of replacing Joey in the book, so it's Amari now.
So just remember that when you go see it, that Amari is Joey, but it's a different name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is the hair the same?
Probably not.
All right, now. Are you excited to come see the show? Oh, we're excited to have you there.
Well, cool. Thank you so much. It was really fun talking.
Thank you, Elouise.
Can you tell me a little bit about working at stages?
Yeah, it's been a really important part of my career, coming back and working at stages. The first Asian American show, actually Korean show I saw, was at stages when I was little. My dad took me to see an adaptation of A Single Shark, which is set in Korea about a potter.
Is it Linda Sue Park or something who wrote the book?
I believe so,
Okay.
yeah. And that kind of just blew my mind open because I'd never seen other Asian folks on stage. And so now coming back and getting to do A Different Pond last year and name.
Yeah, that was you, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that was so good.
Thank you. That was a beautiful team, and our playwright was so wonderful. It's been important to come back and show these stories that youth get to experience, Asian Americans get to experience and see themselves on stage.
Yeah.
And one of the fun things that's different between Different Pond and Name Jar is that Different Pond was doing this beautiful local story, and it was in this all Asian American cast.
Mm-hmm.
And now this year it's a larger and more diverse cast. And so we really get to share between all these cultures and learn from each other. Last night our language consultant, Erin, was in, and she, maybe in the book we talk about the dojang, the name stamp, and she made a printout of a name stamp for everybody in the cast's name.
Oh, that's cool.
And everyone, we were talking about the different pieces of Korean culture, and we've been able to teach each other about all these different aspects in the show between all the different characters.
Have you personally been to Korea?
I have. I remember some strong blips of it, but it was the summer after first grade.
Oh. March 22nd is opening night, and it runs until April something?
14.
April
14th.
14th. It's all at stages, right?
Yes,
Okay.
all at stages in
Perfect.
the studio there.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much.
Family Fun Twin Cities provides a weekend family fun guide that divides into regions of the metro. We also have a highly curated calendar of the family fun you can find on any specific day. We have all the links available in the show notes if you are listening to the podcast, or in the description box if you are watching on YouTube. And now it's time to highlight our weekend top 3. If you are interested in exploring other cultures without leaving home, the Landmark Center has the perfect free event called Urban Expedition. It takes place this Sunday, March 10th from 1 to 3, and we are traveling to Brazil. Experience Brazilian music and dances and crafts. And let me tell you, when I went, I danced an Argentinian dance, and I still remember it. You won't be disappointed. We have an article called Things to Do with Kids in March, sorted by age. And this is what I found on it for preschoolers. Lake Shore Learning Saturday is this Saturday, and it's at both Maplewood and St. Louis Park. Perfect for pre-Ks and tots and younger grade school kids. They will all enjoy these drop-in events that usually involve a kid's STEM challenge or art project. Like I said, it's this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and it's free. This is something your teen or tween may enjoy. But so can your little guys. It's Omnifest time, and we are in the throes of this Omni Theater tradition. During Omnifest, the Omni Theater shows back-to-back screenings of 5 shows every day, and the Omni Theater is at the Science Museum of Minnesota. It's $9.95 per person for all 5 shows. The shows that caught my attention were Deep Sky and Pandas, but there are 3 others that you won't want to miss. But don't say blah, 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 blah. Actually fill in the right stuff.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Over there.
Oh, and that was all on camera. So here we go.
You'll be
Well,
introducing.
Elouise, can I jump in with you? Can I sit with you and then you sit on my lap and we can chit chat? Okay, your mom said it's okay. Okay, come here, darling. Elouise,
You did great.
you were
Elouise.
amazing.
Thanks so much for